In crazy Kanye news.
I like this one, but let's go.
Submitted by Marjorie from Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Kanye West says slavery was a choice amongst other crazy things he said lately. Says you.
Not me.
Says you.
It's so interesting. I mean, there's like context to it.
Yeah.
There's definitely context to it. Like I understand why he said it, or like the wrappings around it.
Yeah.
It's just he's just really irresponsible about.
He delivered it so.
He delivered it very.
That sentence, slavery was a choice, is a poor choice.
I know.
So it's fucked up in so many ways because I saw the whole 30-minute interview with TMZ, right? And I mean, I understood 100% what he was trying to say. But as an artist, sometimes we don't convey things with words really well. That's why he's a genius musician.
What was he saying 100%? I'll show you a compilation clip of this TMZ interview because it like just
Yes, please, because I haven't watched it yet.
So you guys can all be on the same page.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'll bring it close to home though, but let's watch.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. For 400 years and it's all of y'all?
They're like, what the fuck?
It's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery.
See, that's where he tries to correct himself.
Too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race. That we're the human race. I was drugged the fuck out, bro. I was drugged out. I was on opioids. 2 days after I got off of opioids, and I was addicted to opioids, 2 days I got off of opioids, I'm in the hospital, right?
So this is in reference to the Twitter rant.
From the first time that he met up with
to
Trump.
hand me if it's, we on tour, give me some weed, blah, blah, blah. So he had to go give me the opioids. And there was talks amongst my camp, like, Ye's popping pills, right? So when he handed this to me, he said, you know this is used to kill genius, right? So I didn't take it. 2 days later, I'm in the hospital. I was taking 2 pills a day at that time. When I left the hospital, how many pills you think I was given?
7.
7, and I'm not drugged out. These pills that they want me to take 3 of a day, I take 1 a week, maybe 2 a week. Y'all had me scared of myself, of my vision. So I took some pills so I wouldn't go to hospital and prove everyone right. We are drugged out. We are following other people's opinions. We are controlled by the media. And today it all changes.
So that's.
I agree.
There's a lot.
100%.
It's funny because he's a package and crazy, but there's like these jewels of wisdom in there. It's just he's just crazy. That's
It sounds like he had a speech like that he wrote, and then he memorized it, but then it's just coming out wrong.
It's coming out horrible.
But
It
the
was
way
really bad.
I agree with Yi.
I do too.
Shame on you.
I do too, but you know.
I agree with you.
So we face this problem on JK News all the time.
Yeah.
So sometimes we only have a split second to fucking make a statement. We fuck it all up. We say some stupid ass shit. We don't really mean it. But then it comes out all wrong and then people mistake what we said and they get all angry, right? But that's our fault for not conveying the message. In this case, it's the same exact thing. He immediately retracted his statement and said, no, I don't want to tie it to slavery. I want to talk about, mental prison. So in that statement, he wasn't saying that, black people wanted to be slaves.
I heard him. He walked it back right after he said that. But everyone's grabbing that.
They're so stuck on the point that, Kanye thinks all black people had a choice to be a slave.
Right, and that's what we all do, right? I'll say something, here, right? And then I'm like, well, that's not quite what I mean. I want to elaborate on that.
But they don't take the elaboration.
I know.
They take, no, you fucked up. You said
that's the game, yeah.
He's trying so many times to to basically say, no, this is what I really meant, and people are not taking his explanation.
Well, most news clips will take what he just said right there and cut it right after the slavery.
That's what they've been doing.
And that's what they've been doing.
That's what they've been doing.
That's not the reason why he's misunderstood, though. Like, he already had a precedence before that to how it ended up people listening to his information, how it is now. So if you look at his Twitter rants, if you look at how he was before, so if you look at that whole interview, he's screaming the whole time.
He's passionate.
Yeah, it's just like he's like literally
He's demanding attention. I don't know if he's screaming, but he's definitely demanding attention.
Like he's screaming throughout he goes, out TMZ, everybody listen up. That's what he was doing in the whole video. If you watch the 30-minute video, he goes, I was here, and he was screaming at everybody.
He's like, I got liposuction to make you guys
He was
happy.
mad at. Well, that's another part, but yeah.
So it's
yeah,
like, you know, when you come from like an emotionally charged area, of course things are going to become like misinterpreted.
Yeah.
Man. So I do understand everybody else's side as well. But you know, like Joe said, we all face that shit. Like just like just the other day, like I was on Twitter and then like, you know, they were talking about that girl with the
dress.
The dress, right? A lot of people have been complaining about it, and I just wrote boo-hoo, wah, 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 right? Yeah. The most intellectual way possible. I was just having fun with it.
Good point.
And this guy wrote back to me, he called me a fucking neo-Nazi. Right? And I was like, how did you go? So I just wrote, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, well, did you know? So there's this other Asian girl who supported her, but she was saying like, I can't believe you chinks are mad. But I mean, and she was really extreme. She was wearing a Trump hat, and he goes, well, now that you're friends with that girl, I was like, hold on. So they took this thing and they dragged me all the way over here. And that's just what people are. It's like, you know what? It's the popular thing to be angry now.
Yes.
I think it's cool to be angry, but if it's funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's the popular thing to attack people that don't have the same opinion as you.
Yeah, it's the popular thing to tell people why they think something without letting them explain themselves.
Exactly.
Right. Here's why you're a neo-Nazi, even though you didn't say anything about being a neo-Nazi.
Exactly.
But here's why you are one.
So, like,
and that's what the media did this whole past couple of years, man. They're just telling everybody why, if you voted for Trump, you're a racist, sexist, homophobic, blah, 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 Islamophobic, everything phobic.
Exactly. So when he wrote that comment, I had to backtrack to figure out how he got to that point. So you know what I mean? So he goes, this is who you're in support of? I was like, wait, who's this girl? I was talking about the girl who wore the dress. He goes, don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like,
that guy's just crazy.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then there was this other point where this kid brought up, I was like, you know, he was trying to be, you know, really straightforward about it. And so I just had a conversation with him on Twitter, and he was like, well, what if like somebody said it was like a black person's blah, blah, blah. And I was like, listen, we got to stop doing this comparison about Asian culture and black culture, because black culture here, we're talking about slavery, we're talking about all this other stuff that it's different.
It's not the same.
It's apples and oranges, you know? And we're talking about something where people are talking about they're at a socioeconomic disadvantage. And he writes back, he goes, well, apparently you haven't heard about the Asian wars and Hmong and Laos people. I said socioeconomic, not economic, you dumb fuck. You don't know the fucking difference? Like, and it's like they're trying to have like this intellectual conversation with me, but they don't even know how to bring up points that are correct. They don't even know what socioeconomic is, and you try to use it in a sentence. You know, it's like, what the fuck?
Well, that's, I think, one of the main reasons why
you're appropriating the word.
Wore the MAGA hat. He wore the MAGA hat, and he explained it too. He's like, I'm not political. He goes, but
yeah, it's this
he
one.
He said it in the most stupidest way. He was like, the universe was telling me to wear a hat, right? That's the stupidest.
No, he was also saying that he's wearing the hat because he believes in the message. Like, he wants to make America great too. Like, he was saying, like, you know, Trump is my boy. Like, back in the day, all the rappers, we always rap about him. That was the thing with rap, like, including Trump. And then now all of a sudden he's president. Now no one can like him. But
I think the biggest thing that he rose is, why do blacks have to be liberal? Why do minorities have to be? Yeah. Like, we're born into the fucking, we're programmed to be democratic. We have to, or else we're backstabbing our culture, or else we're joining the white racists that are Republican. I've met a lot of Republican white people that aren't fucking racist at all. And I'm like, why are
Well, you met the rare ones because they're all racist. You know what I'm saying? That's the game. That's the game. Welcome to the game.
Blows my fucking mind, because like,
look, I think,
how did this thought come into my head?
There's a bend, I think, of the left that is not necessarily the left, right? Like, it's like the loudest people on the left are basically saying like, hey, if you're a woman and you vote for a Republican, like Hillary said, if you're a woman and like you're controlled by your husband and you voted for Trump, or you vote Republican, you're controlled by your husband, which is insulting as fuck, right? But it's like if you're a woman, you're not a woman if you vote for Republicans. If you're a gay person, you're not a gay person if you vote Republicans. If you're black, you're not a black person if you vote for Republicans. And that's just the game, right? If you're Asian, you're not Asian if you vote. And so they'll be happy to call you every racist name in the book. And I'm not saying all of them do. I'm saying the minority, the loud minority do that.
Right.
The majority, I think, are all being quiet too, which is why a lot of people have been pushed into the center. People, I feel like myself, where I'm like, hey, I want people to be able to say what the fuck they think. Like, what happened to that? Like, the left used to be about that, and now it's all like, shut the fuck up if you don't agree with everything I'm saying. You're oppressing me. You're a Nazi.
It's like, if you don't agree with like the certain, like, it's like, if every Asian person is doing this, if you're not following them, then you're a pacifist. It's like, how about I just don't give a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, how about I could just not give a fuck?
Or how about I'm just a human above being Asian?
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just a human being. Like, why do you have to be fit into these little categories?
That's the main point that he was trying to make, is he's trying to stir it up. Like, hey, how come I can't be free to choose and support Trump? I'm black, but then do I have to be Democratic?
Like, I don't agree with everything he's saying.
Yeah, he doesn't even care about politics. He just likes him as a human being.
But you know how the media talks, though. It's like, if you're a woman and you're against abortion, you're not for women. You're against women.
Right.
It's like shit like that. It's a difference of opinion, of beliefs.
Right.
And then you are out of it's all tribalism, and you're out of the tribe if you don't think exactly like the rest of the tribe.
And that's exactly what he was communicating here, is we're so stuck in these groups and ideas and victimization that no one's empowered. Everyone thinks they're empowered by complaining, but in reality, you're just fucking an echo chamber, just fucking saying whatever the fuck you hear your group saying.
He just didn't articulate it very well.
That's just my point is with him. It's just like, he is not a great speaker.
Nah, dude.
Maybe he should have freestyled it.
Yeah.
You know what though? In that same interview, there's this girl named Candace Owens that came out. Super fucking elegant, awesome person. She was a liberal like a year ago or something, and then she turned.
She got pushed to the center.
Yeah, she's more centrist.
Some people say she's a right-wing,
Conservative.
hardcore right-winger
Yeah, that's what
person.
they're labeling her
But
as.
she is not a right-winger from any definition.
I don't think so. No, she doesn't even push right agendas.
I think that the left got so left, kind of like how when George W. was in charge, the right got so right that it was like, Jesus Christ, guys, fuck.
When the neocons-
We got to go blow up every single country in the Middle East now. Like it just got. I mean, I was not a fan, right? So I think like that's what happened to the left. They got too far that other way, and now everyone on the left is getting pushed into the middle.
It's almost like
crazy.
he needs, you know what he needs? He needs a Luther. You know that fucking anger translator?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like that Key and Peele sketch with the he needs somebody to translate what he wants to say, because he goes at it a little too hard with just no context, and there's too much emotion in his speech. So like, we can understand what he's saying. What I'm saying to him is just like, if you just don't want to be misunderstood and you want that message to get across, you got to package it better. You know what I mean? That's all that it is.
I mean, he made
package it better.
He made black people feel backstabbed. That's where he fucked up.
He fucked up there. So this is what he tweeted out. We have freedom of speech, but not freedom of thought. The thought police want to suppress freedom of thought. There was a time when slavery was the trend, and apparently that time is still upon us, but now it's a mentality.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good.
That was better.
He did say he writes his curses in cursive.
Why?
I don't know. It's in one of his song lyrics, and I liked it.
You know what though? Once you fuck up a statement though, people have such a bad feeling they don't even want to hear it.
Well, that's how the media. That's what the media does.
I think what also made it so bad, I mean, as we can all agree in this room, is so he made that statement, then followed it by, I was fucking high and addicted to opioids.
Because I got liposuction.
And then he's talking about, I got liposuction because of you guys. So all of that all together for the average thinker, they're just like, yo, he lost it. And now anyone that was semi-racist is now thinking, yeah, man, like black people, it is just a fucking choice. Like slavery is just all bullshit. Like they're just putting themselves in that position. And it's like, oh no, like you just open up like.
But if you listen to him, like
yeah, because you're smart.
Well, no, but if you listen to him, the liposuction shit, like you go to the supermarket, right? And you're standing in line, and you look to your left at the checkout, and every single cover is like about what celebrity got fat this week. Like every fucking single celebrity got fat, right?
But
and
people
like
don't
Kanye,
think like that.
But that's why Kanye was like, you guys did this shit to me, like the media. He's talking to the media.
Like he mentioned Rob Kardashian, how he
cried
attend the wedding because people were making.
because he gained weight.
But the average person doesn't see it like that. They don't even understand what that even means.
I think the point is, it's just like he is not doing his job as somebody who is. He says he is somebody who is so influential in this fucking world.
He really is.
He put that title upon himself. So you put that title upon yourself, then you should be responsible for what you say. Then, if that's the case.
That's the main argument here, is that he should be more responsible with what he's.
I only say that because he says he's the most influential man on earth.
Listen, before this slavery quote even came out, well, this is a very recent interview. This just happened like a couple days ago now. He just had all these tweets before, and they were already calling him crazy. They were already out there saying how crazy he was, and then the family, like they were like, Kanye's lost it this time. The family's super concerned, and like he got into huge arguments with Kris Jenner and shit. And then Kris Jenner tweeted, "No, he didn't. This isn't real. What the fuck are you guys talking about?" Like this has been the media plan this whole time. Like, hey, Kanye's crazy Kanye again. Here comes crazy Kanye. So the slavery thing, this exact quote, is this now the billboard, right? It's
There's
like,
also all this,
we'll blow it up
this
as
other
big as we
group-
can.
There's all this other group of people also saying like, you know what, Kanye, he knows what he's doing. He has an album coming out. He's just stirring the pot, just like the last time he was away from Twitter for a long ass time, and then he came back up to start.
Like, I'm almost 100% sure about that too, just because he has a whole fucking PR team around him. And the PR team, if he was doing crazy shit that wasn't good for his career, they would have stopped it by now. So I'm pretty sure it's.
And he's also making another point of another tweet saying like, yo, like, what, like, just remember all the distractions. Like, there's some other shit that's going on, but because you're paying attention to this distraction, then you already forgot about what's really happening in this world.
Oh yeah, that's what Candace was saying. That you're just focusing on the tiniest little like police brutality and stuff, and there's like all this other bigger things that no one's paying attention
Yeah, look at
to.
Chicago. Nobody cares about Chicago. Nobody cares about dead kids in Chicago. It happens all the time.
Fucking murder capital of America.
What is it? 350.
It's fucking insane.
350 people die of gun violence.
Like every weekend or something.
No, not in Chicago. I think it's like from assault rifles, right? It's like 350 people a year, I think.
Oh, nationwide.
Nationwide.
Yeah, but then guns is like.
But everyone's zooming in so fucking hard on that, while people die in Chicago, nobody gives a fuck. Like that's the shit that Candace Owens is talking about.
It's pretty crazy.